Hey guys, my name is Hans. I just read an amazing book called American Born Chinese by Jin Lun Yang, a graphic novel published in 2006 that interweaves three seemingly separate stories: the legend of the Monkey King, a Chinese American boy named Jin Wang struggling with his identity, and a sitcom-style story of Dan, a white teenager embarrassed by his Chinese cousin Qin Qi. As the narrative progresses, they converge in a surprising twist that highlights them of cultural identity, self-acceptance, and racial stereotypes. The story begins with the Monkey King as a respected monkey emperor who seeks divine acknowledgement. When he is refused admittance to a heavenly feast because he is a monkey, he becomes enraged and devotes himself to developing great talents such as shapeshifting and invulnerability. His hubris to defy heaven, but he is eventually punished and imprisoned by a mountain by Teijoje, a godlike entity. He lives there until he learns humanity and accepts himself for who he is. Then, moving on, we have Jin Wang, a young Chinese student who begins in elementary school where he endures ridicule for his looks and cultural background. Comments such as Chinese people eat dogs highlights the racism he encounters, demonstrating the ignorance of his classmates. He initially, see, initially Jin's attempts to distance himself from his heritage, even rejecting Wei Chen, another student who is trying to befriend him. Jin's internal conflicts fuels his denial. He believes that accepting his heritage would hinder his acceptance among his peers. Now, we have another character, Danny, representing the dream alter ego of Jin Wang. The protagonistic middle-aged Chinese character, Danny is featured in Jin Leung Yang American Born Chinese. Jin wishes to be everything Danny is, Caucasian, athletic, and well known as the high school student. Still, every year, Danny's life is upset by appearance of his cousin, Chinky, a prodigy of derogatory Chinese stereotypes. Danny is compelled to move schools several times because of his exclusive behavior towards Chinky, which embarrasses him and damages his social reputation. Now I'm gonna tell you about the problems in the story. The problems are about internalized shame and the tension between one true self and the person and personal. The Monkey King has a very big ego, but a kind heart. For the first time, he felt confused about his calling, but in the end, he knew his calling for help the monk. Next is Jin Wang. He experiences with racism and isolation. His friends reject him because of his race. It's very weird. But Jin Wang survives because the Monkey King advised about facing his racism. Finally, Jin Wang accepts who he is. After this problem, Jin Wang transforms into Danny. The next problem is about Jinki. Jinki presence is a deliberate, jarring illustration of the destructive power of stereotypes, making the reader question how such image impersonal identity and self-worth. Now, I'm gonna talk about my similarities with the characters. Uh, Jinwei and I, seen as odd and unloved, uh, like when I talk to my friends, I felt invisible, neglect, and not liked at all. Jin and I have similar fears, especially about our hair. And then finally, for me, the message about this book for me is that it purpose that we should show respect for each other despite our differences, and our presence should be cherished by others. And finally, I have one more thing is that I really recommend this book to teenagers and someone who is struggling with identity crisis. All right, guys, thank you for listening about my book review, and see you all next time.